This is the Borzoi. Known for their comically long muzzle and limbs, the Borzoi is like the runway model of the dog world. Tall, elegant, and fast. They can sprint up to 35 miles per hour. Originally from Russia, Borzoi were bred to hunt wolves. They've got the looks and the skills to impress. But despite their hunting background, they're known to be very calm at home. Borzois are smart but not always in the mood to follow commands. This is why some owners even go as far to say that they are not intelligent, but in reality they know what they're doing. They do their own thing with a touch of style and stubbornness. Their long, silky coat is stunning but needs regular grooming. Beauty takes a bit of work. Like what you heard? Give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more doggone good content, hit subscribe.
This wolf is pretending to be tough. Every time the owner attempts to pet the wolf calmly growls and nudges his hand away, but never actually bites it like a real wolf. Watch.
You're so full of crap.
Subscribe if you like dogs.
This is the Quokka. Known as the world's happiest animal, the Quokka is native to Australia's Rottenest Island. With its chubby cheeks and adorable smile, Quokkas are incredibly social and curious, often hopping right up to visitors. Quokkas are small marsupials, related to kangaroos, with female quokkas carrying their young in a pouch. These nocturnal herbivores thrive on a diet of leaves, grasses, and stems. Despite their friendly demeanor, quokkas are surprisingly tough, surviving in harsh environments with limited water sources and store fat in their tails to endure droughts. Have you ever seen one before? This is the pika, a tiny, adorable animal that looks like a mix between a rabbit and a hamster. These little critters live high up in the mountains of Asia and North America and are identified by their round bodies, short legs, and big, round ears. Pikas are super chatty. They make loud, squeaky calls to talk to each other. Take a listen. They're also busy little gatherers, spending their summer collecting grass and flowers to store for winter since they don't hibernate like some animals. But pikas don't like heat, and as the world gets warmer, they're finding it harder to survive. But these tough little pikas keep pushing through. If you thought this pika was cute, just wait until you see the like button. And if you really want more cute animals like the pika, subscribe before the pika beats you to it. Kiwi birds are confusing people for this one thing. Originating from New Zealand, kiwi birds come out mostly at night and are about the size of a chicken. They have a great sense of smell, which they use alongside their thin beak to sniff out insects and worms in the dark. Kiwis blend seamlessly into the forest floor with their fur-like feathers, looking just like a kiwi. Kiwis are known to be fierce, independent creature and lay just 1 or 2 enormous eggs, nearly as large as its own body. But here's the confusion. Even though they're called birds, kiwis can't fly at all. So while they're stuck on the ground, you can help this channel soar by liking and subscribing.
This little porcupine has super sharp spikes on his back that is sticky on skin. But how does it stick like that? Porcupines are known for their dark quills that compare to the sharpness of a medical grade needle. These quills have a biomechanism in the porcupine's skin that allow the quill to release under just slight pressure. These quills stick due to their tiny barbs digging deeper every time you try to remove it. If you love your mom, subscribe.
This lady was feeding her baby kiwi bird when something incredible happened. This girl was doing a routine feeding for her baby kiwi bird and took it out of its enclosure. As usual, she let the baby kiwi gently on a soft towel-covered table and fed it some nutritious worms. At first, she allows the baby kiwi to eat on its own, before she carefully hand-feeds the tiny bird. Because kiwi birds are known to prefer alone time, the baby kiwi gets easily exhausted after finishing its meal, and the lady comforts the baby kiwi when it appears to snuggle right up on the girl. Would you own a kiwi? This turtle is behaving very unusual for a normal turtle. This turtle is moving very fast, which is not a huge problem for turtles until you realize that it's moving towards its owner. Biologists that have reached out to this owner claim that this behavior is very abnormal and worrying, stating that turtles normally shouldn't be expressing loyalty to people in the same way dogs that were domesticated for over a couple thousands of years would express their loyalty. But this turtle seems to be a distinguished gentleman the way it sprints across the floor to happily greet its proud owner. What do you think? Do you remember these bright blue birds from the Rio movie? Found in Disney's film Rio, these Spix's macaw originate from Brazil with stunning bright blue feathers. But because of illegal pet trading and massive habitat loss, these precious birds were promptly decided to be extinct following the Rio movie. But back in 2022, some 20 of the last captive Spix's macaws were re-released into the wild as a part of a program. Now, a cooperation between Brazil and Germany's breeding centers hold most of the remaining of these blue birds' population. If you think these birds should not go extinct, subscribe. Meet the marmot, aka the woodchuck. Despite the nickname, marmots don't actually chuck wood, but rather dig complex burrows in the ground to house and protect themselves from predators. With their chunky bodies and fluffy tails, marmots are made to hibernate for up to 6 months in the freezing winters and communicate through whistles. Listen. Marmots get all of their pudge snacking on plants, flowers, and small insects throughout the summer to prepare for their long, cold winter sleep. Would you pet a marmot?